Hi, I'm Dylighted, and today I'm going to be featuring one of my friends, LiketheGroundhog. He is one of the best defensive playstyles I know, and he's going to be doing a solo commentary over a tournament match that he's recently played. In this 3-player game, he does some unique defensive placements that are critical to winning the game. I hope you enjoy.
Alrighty, welcome to round 1, game 3, everyone that's watching. We're about to get started here. On us on the stream, we have our guest commentator, Zydrak. Say hi, mate.
Oh, g'day, mate.
So we're just about to get started here, and yeah, let's see if this game turns out any good.
So as you can see, I am placing last here, which on this board I think is very bad because there are only good spots for ore here and here. Not even that great, but that leaves the third player kind of
I just
screwed.
realized I forgot to change the overlay, Zydrak. So right now it says I'm Anthony Bro spectating. We will fix that though.
Turn this volume down. So the first player, I agree with his placement. This is a friend of mine as well. He locks up this good ore wheat spot, which is the right thing to do, and heads towards the port, and I think that's correct. With the lack of road building available in this map, you kind of don't want to take chances, so you can just build to short distances, and I think taking this first is important because you don't want to leave it for someone else to get this spot and another good spot to go with it, so you have to take it. I also agree with the second player's placement, taking the 5-8-10. Sheep is a little low, and this is the remaining ore. I don't know about this road. I would not have faced this way for 2 reasons. One is the wheat port is down here, which seems to be a good port in this game with all this wheat. Going this way, you can build the 3-1 port and the 5, just like this player, where you don't have very long, far distances to go. And you're facing, I never like to face upwards towards a spot with wood brick because somebody can go here and cut me off in the first move. Now this spot is open, and maybe that's what he was thinking, which is not bad in a 3-player game. There are going to be open spots, but at the same time, personally, I just don't like to risk it on my first placement with the ore. I like to go to the coast, get to the port. This port could be really good. I probably would have maybe gone this way. So that leaves me in a tough position. I realize that I can't really get I can't match them on the ore, and they're going to get development cards faster than me. So the only way I could sort of have a chance in this game is to go for long road and to stop them from getting road building material and sheep as much as I can. Because if I don't, they're just going to build fast, get settlements, city up faster than me, get development cards, and I'm going to be way behind without the ability to city up. So I took a while to place, and I actually placed in a very bizarre pattern. I took only wood brick sheep, but if you look, I placed on the end point here to block this spot and this spot. I placed on the end point here to block this spot and this spot, and then I took both end points of the sheep. So the commentators actually didn't like my placement because I don't have wheat, I don't have ore, and I think I understand that, but I also pointed very specifically to this spot thinking green will not take it and orange will not take it, so I knew it would be open, and I have a road to start with. This was my second placement, so I knew I would get here first, or at least get here quickly. And once I got here, even though this spot is not the best, it is ore wheat together and it is coordinated, so every time a 10 does roll, and hopefully it would roll, I would get them together. It would be very hard for me to get cities, but if 10 does roll, then I do have a chance. I am only on 8, 9, and 11. It is risky, but these are decent numbers, 8 and 9 especially. And I was more thinking that I'm playing a defensive strategy against where they could place. Green ended up placing here, which I thought he would go maybe here. This road seems to be out of fear that orange would go here or something, and so it was a wasted road a little bit. He could have gone this way. So these roads are kind of gives me a little bit of a wiggle room at the start because they're not immediately building towards spots like right now. Maybe he's deciding to change direction. He's going this way instead of this way. So that's with the lack of roads, it's already kind of a mistake to be going and wasting roads. And he places the robber on here, which I think is a smart move because he's competing with orange for development cards. And this is a very strong spot, so that helps me. So now you can see I'm trading a brick for wheat. Now I did this before. I traded this brick for this wheat. This was my intention when I placed, that I would make a trade early on in the game, a brick for a wheat. They're the same number, 8. If an 8 rolls, I know I'll have a brick when someone will have a wheat. They're desperate for bricks. They'll make the trade with me early. I need this wheat. Even though I can't use it yet, I'm risking a 7 rolling and someone taking it from me, but I need to get a wheat somehow. I don't want to have to get 4 woods or something to trade in for a wheat when I can just give up 1 brick. And once I saw him place the roads in the opposite direction, I was willing to trade green, thinking, okay, he's already kind of wasting time. He's behind. I'll give him 1 brick, and I need this wheat badly. And I need to get to this spot. So I got the 1 trade I needed early before anybody recognizes me as a threat. I know it's going to be hard to get ore and wheat in this game. So I don't want to trade too many wood bricks, but early on I have to make 1 trade. So the other thing is, green buying dev cards is fine, but at the same time, so he has low ore and really good wheat sheep, and so he's going to be in a situation where his hand is constantly having dev cards instead of cities, because he'll have 1 ore and a couple of these. So at some point, you have to just hold on to your cards and not just buy knights. I got a good roll here with my 9, and that gives me the settlement. Now, before I build it, people don't know I have the settlement in hand. I decided I'm going to maybe try to make a trade. I know people need sheep a little bit, so if I can get a sheep for a wheat, let's say, I think that's probably what I'm going for, or an ore, I should do it before I build, because once people see me build, they're less likely to trade with me. So that's why I offered that there. I didn't need it yet, but I think it's smart to do. So now I'm at the 10-10, so that gives me the first person with the 3rd settlement. They don't even have a road to a settlement yet, and it gives me ore wheat access on 10s, and I have 3 points. So I think this was the first hurdle to get through. So you can see these rolls. I haven't rolled an 11 yet. I've only rolled 1 9. The rolls are not going in my favor, and yet I'm still ahead. And I don't think orange has not made much progress. He has very little road building. He only has this 11. He's been blocked on the 5, which has rolled a few times. So that's why green is winning in the development card race. And green has kind of built roads, wasting roads. Now this 2 starts rolling, unfortunately, which is unlikely, but it does roll. It does roll a few times. It's rolled twice already. Orange now plays a knight and goes after this 10. We're both on it. It makes sense. And I think orange knows I'm a good player. So I think I play with him a lot, and he always says that, oh, I'm winning. And so he steals from green still, because green has a lot of cards, maybe the card he needs. But green also has knights, so unfortunately this is not going to last very long here, and it also causes someone to take revenge. They don't recognize me quite as a threat yet. I feel like I'm still, in 3rd place in their minds, which I can see why. Now my plan is to honestly get a city. I want to get to the sheep port up here, but I also want to get a city as fast as possible. That's my biggest hurdle in this whole game. Oh, you can see a 7 rolls. This hurts green quite a bit. Looks like he had a road, but it would have been interesting to see what he had done. Now he keeps the road into a development card, which once again I'm not that big of a fan of. So he steals from me, blocks my sheep, which is fine. I still have 1 sheep left, even though it's blocked. Green has a road. Now, I think I would probably go to the 8-3-11 over here, just so he doesn't get cut off. This is more open. So he does do that, and he buys a card. I would have bought the card first, in case I get a road building. That's another mistake, because you can keep those cards that you don't get very much of. Well, he gets a 2, so he's lucky. But keep the cards for the settlement when you can get free roads somehow, or year of plenty or anything, to just get the cards you need another way, rather than just put them on the board. I can't do much. I obviously am in the long-term position to get road. I have the best wood, the best brick, a ton of wood, and they don't have any. Now, the one bad thing for me is I don't have a lock on it because their settlements are close together and it's a 3-player game. So I can't exactly be 100% confident. They could get road buildings, they can get monopolies, and anything could happen where I'm blocked. So I don't want to take it for granted that I'm just going to get road. But it is in my game plan to end up with those points. There's the first 10. So this is important here because I know my plan is to get a city. A 9 is a good roll for me. It would be very easy to buy a development card because that's what I have in my hand. So here, Green's facing the same predicament that I am. He doesn't have enough for like a city, doesn't have enough for a road. What does he do? I'm not going to trade him now. I'm not going to help him. I feel like I can't trade once I've got to that 10-10. I can't give away bricks for ores. I just kind of need to, or maybe one, but I can't really do that. So he's again buying a development card, which maybe he could have had a city by now. 7. So that doesn't help me. So this is where I realize, okay, I need to get ores. I need to hold my cards to try to get to a city on the next turn or two. Because once I get a city, it makes my getting to 10 points a lot easier. It's hard to build 5 settlements and then get to a city. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted to try to get there earlier. So now you see I have road and development card, but I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to see right now if I should keep my cards to convert to a city, but I have more than 7, so I do build my road to the sheep port. And I think I'll hold at that point. Now, I could offer a trade here, like to try to convert sheep to ore, but I don't want to give away more development cards, so I'm just going to hold. And I also know that there's a 10, so now I'm almost there. Perfect. So you can see now my rolls are starting to come finally with the 9s and the 10s side. So right now I have enough. So you see the commentator saying I can't do a lot with these cards. Well, I have a city in my hand, and so I can convert those 4 sheep to ore, which is my plan as of now. So when he shuffled, I'm glad he took one of my sheep. I just don't want to roll a 7 here, and instead I actually roll a 10. So there we go. I had the city anyway. Now here's where I made a mistake. I actually was looking back. As soon as I organized my hand, I realized I have a city and a settlement if I get 1 more sheep. So before building the city, I offer the trade. I'll take a sheep. I'll convert my 4 sheep to a brick. And I know they'll take a wood. They're desperate for the wood. But looking back, I think it was a mistake because if I build the city, I'll keep a wood, 4 sheep, 2 woods, 4 sheep, and a wheat. And my sheep is blocked. But all I need to do is roll an 8 to get a settlement on the next turn, and I'll have all those sheep to convert with my port on the next turn rather than waste them here. So I think at the time I was thinking I have 2 moves in 1 move, and I just, it's kind of badass to do that. And so that's why I went for it. I also was thinking I don't want to get monopoly with all my sheep or something, and, with all the development cards, you just want to be careful. But you hear the commentator make a mistake here.
Ooh. Settlement and a city. There's some strong.
That is big. And that's all thanks to that beautiful sheep port. Blue has taken a commanding lead. They've got a lot of momentum. Honestly, they're definitely falling into my favorite place for the win.
So at the beginning, they said
initial settlement placement, as I mentioned before. But they did manage to get on that 10 straight away.
They were doubting me.
And it has been paying off.
They were doubting me in the beginning, which is fine. I understand. I'm not taking it personally. So the other thing I do here is I build it on the city on the 10-10. It's not my best odds of rolling, in terms of number of dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But it is my ore wheat that I need most. So every time a 10 rolls, I'll get 4/5 of a city. So it's coordinated. So even though they're not as good numbers, it does match up together, which is what I want. I kind of want to have my cards come in and I can convert, sheep to my last ore or make a trade. So now I'm in pretty good shape. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, and no one else has even built a settlement. Now he's just built a city, which is troubling, and that's why Green goes after him. He's still competing directly with him. I think now I'm becoming a threat, though, and he probably should be looking at me a little more. Green is building another road. He just needs a wheat for a settlement. I don't know. I think it's a little wasteful. There's my 10. So here, now I only need an ore. So obviously I go for the 1-for-1 first. Always go for the 1-for-1. Don't just default to 2. And then if they pass it up, you try for 2.
Gets roll. He basically gets a city worth of resources. Which considering
just did right now.
Yeah, exactly. They should not have made that trade. That trade was actually a very bad one. At this point,
he just keeps getting more.
So
just get 5 wood from an 11. Wow.
First 11, by the way.
Where's that wood port at? Oh, it's on the other side of the board. He's not getting to it.
So anyway, yeah, should he have made the trade with me? Probably not, but it's hard to pass up in the moment when you're not really getting that much wood. And so I see why he did it. But at the same time, now I'm like running away a little bit, and you do not want me to get cities. Now, they might not know that me getting cities is a bigger deal than them getting cities, because it's so hard for me to get cities. But I know that, and now I have 6 points without longest road, and without, now I can pretty much get longest road and settlements. I don't even need another city. So I am a little lucky that they did not get Monopoly or road building or cards that could hurt me. They just got knights. That is something that I was worried about, but at the same time, I still don't think it would have made a huge difference. I never had a hand that was going to be super compromised by Monopoly, except for that one turn. And even there, I don't think there was that many dev cards at that point. So now a bunch of 6s are rolling, and I remember thinking in the game like that it was a heavy amount of 6s. It keeps going, and I'm not on 6. And they kept getting wheat. Now I could trade them for wheat, but I don't really need wheat that badly anymore now that I got my 2 cities. I only need to get sheep and convert them, or, so I didn't want to trade, like, my bricks, for instance. The wood, I have a lot of wood right now, but it's not I don't want people building roads, really, at all. Like, I don't want to take any chances with the road. So there's my 11. So my decision here, this is an actually interesting point. I'm obviously going to try to trade for wheat now, or something, but they don't know I have 11 woods or whatever. I have 9 woods. They might see that I just rolled it. I decided to go for a road, and I put it on this spot right here because I wasn't sure where green would build. If he got here or here, I don't know if I'm going to be beaten. So I can go either way with this road, and I can connect. I could have gone here to get the instant settlement, but I also was planning to loop around. So my plan was to maybe make a move for this, not this, this, and maybe this. But honestly, I was not really thinking like I could make it here. I just wanted to have a road that could connect. Now, if I built like here, and he builds there, then I have to go all the way over here. So this road is a little faster.
You're right. Most certainly, blue should be the sole focus of people they're targeting at the moment. And I hope by the end of green's turn that Robert ends up on blue's wheat tile. Because that will stop him from building cities and settlements until he can either trade for wheat or get it. That was not a wise play. He just put it back on orange. Green's basically handing blue the victory at the moment. Or not handing him the victory, but helping him out.
Kick him out of the tournament right now. He team.
So he stole from me, and he stole from orange, and I think it ending up here at this point is probably a mistake, because orange is behind. Orange does have the super strong spot and can get cities very easily, but he only has 2 settlements, and he only has 1 city to even make. So I agree, they probably should be going after me, and I think I did notice that in the middle of the game, and I just wanted to make sure he didn't figure it out before it was too late. So now at this point, orange is pretty behind. I still know that they have a good placement, but the knights, green is way ahead on, and green has built some roads with no settlements. Green has kind of bought too many knights, as we can see, maybe hoping for some miracle card. Once again, I have this hand of all wood. I roll 9, so it gives me some sheep to trade in. So there's a settlement. The A311 is the better spot. The other spot would have blocked me a little longer, but I don't think that's wrong for them to go there. So this is a good roll for me, an 8. So now I have enough. So I had to decide what to do. Now, in looking back at this video, I realized I could have gone here and cut off this placement. I went here and I cut off this guy from placing anyway, but I didn't cut off the roads from connecting. And maybe if in one move I go boom boom and get long road and block him off. But my thinking was I was going to loop this way. So I wanted to have enough to build here and connect. I choose to connect at this point in the game. I use my sheep here. First time using the sheep port, so you can see the commentator again.
Oh, he's got that 2-to-1 sheep port. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, that 2-to-1 sheep port is what helped him get that next city.
Wrong. It's okay.
But, they are running away with it. That's the longest road. They're about to be on 9 points. This is about to be, I think, the shortest game of the tournament so far.
He's also blocked off green there. Looked like green was trying to get.
Now orange is noticing.
Yeah,
get
4-3.
It's over.
Yeah, you're right. I think they were trying to get that, and he had.
So you see, I connect. I did this one road is not part of my long road, but I wanted the settlement, and I connect now because I don't want a road building or some kind of monopoly to really have him take road and win the game before I have a chance to take it. So now you have to overtake me to take it, and that was just, I think that was the turn to do it. And I had a lot of cards I didn't want to get monopolied, and so I think that was right. Now I have 9 points: 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm sort of unstoppable because of my cities. This is
9 points.
this is probably fine to block. I mean, a 10 basically wins me the game as well, with maybe some not trade, but 4 for 1. So now green has a road, which I don't. Oh, because I blocked him, right. And this road, I don't know where that's going.
I just don't see him.
Should have gone right here.
Like, you see how much wood? They just got another 6 wood.
So I build my road. I decide I only need 1 point. I'm not going to extend the road. I'll just try to get it by my next turn. I built there. I know that I only need a wheat and a sheep pretty much. I'll get a brick, hopefully. So I convert for my sheep because it's blocked, and I don't have any other than 12. That's the card I need most. I could have traded for a wheat, but I also thought I have more chances to roll a 10, obviously, than 12, and maybe I can steal it from someone if I roll a 7. So at this point, I'm just kind of hoping I get a good roll, which I don't do. The 5 comes in for orange with the city. You can see why that's scary, and he was blocking it, but at that point in the game, it was already, the damage had been done.
They get longest road, they might still.
So yeah, I'm still watching this from connecting. I don't want this to connect on me, which is crazy to think. I have all this road building material and green has a chance, but he kind of wasted his resources to just make roads unnecessarily. I think this will be a 6. I remember being really frustrated by the 6s. It's like the 10th 6. 10 6s, and I'm not on 6. So there's a good roll for me. So orange at this point, he was chatting. He was like, I give up. And you can see he's going to... He finally gets the city, and he has the ore port, and it might have been nice faster, but that was my whole plan, was to keep them from getting ports and other settlements out faster. I have to sort of, rush fast to get these. So he's just saying he knows I need a wheat. He's saying, take my wheat, end my misery. So I did see that wheat rolled. I did pay attention because I saw green trade in all these wheats. I had another Tev card. Didn't even get one city. I mean, So now he gets a road building, which is scary. I didn't know this, but I also knew there's a 7, and I know that green just traded in his wheats. I know orange has wheat because the 6 rolled and he was showing it. And so I just went, in case I don't get the wheat, I get the wheat, and I realize I've won.
Green, just because orange has more momentum. But it looks like
it's game.
That's game. That was an incredibly short game. It's nice to see that blue strat paid off. Although I definitely think luck played a factor in that one with 5-10s getting rolled. But we'll definitely do a post-game review, so stick around, Zydrax.
I only had one roll where
finalize
the city capitalized on the 10s.
And then we'll do a post-game review.
And I only built 2 cities. So the one roll was the 10 because of the cities, and I built my way slowly with a couple 10s to the other city.
Yeah, maybe.
One more round
you could get a road building card. But unfortunately, you never got to play it. Alright, so game 3. It's interesting to see a person who joined the tournament last second to replace a player who was withdrawn ended up taking the 3rd game.
Now that is epic.
That is definitely a very
interesting twist. Orange is saying, yeah, his 5 got blocked a lot, which it did. He kind of got screwed, which is interesting. He had the best spot to start with, but I think because of the placements that I put, I really hindered him, and then green going after him, which he should do in the beginning. But there's a point in the middle of the game where you realize I've become a threat. If I don't get a city on the board, if I'm green, I still go after orange because that's who's blocking me for, who's fighting me for largest army.
All right, so let's have a review. What do you think of the game that just transpired, Zydrax? And what do you think? What factors do you think contributed to the outcome?
Well, it definitely looked like green or orange were going to take the win, but blue came and just had like an outstanding game. Expanded very fast. Got that. Got the 10s on the week and the ore that he needed.
These are mistakes by the guy in the picture here.
As well as
the guy talking paid attention.
Everyone just picking on orange for some reason.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree. All 3 players had a relatively even starting settlement placement. They all made different strategical decisions.
That's true.
But they were all strategies that I reckon certainly could have panned out had the game gone their way. Orange definitely got hindered by the fact that both players just seemed to pick on them the whole game.
I don't think I did,
Even
but I
once
didn't have that
Blue
many
became
7s.
a more clear threat, Green continued to pick on Orange. I think if that hadn't have happened, Orange might have had a much better chance at contending for the win. As we stated at the start of the game, Blue went for a rather bold strategy, banking on 10s with their early expansion, which ended up paying off greatly. They got a couple of cities immediately after getting that 3rd settlement, and that sheep port, and with all the monopoly and the resources they had, they just ran away with the victory. It was a very solid play, a bit of a gamble, but it definitely paid off.
1 or 2, maybe 1.
Yeah, so I think that summarizes the game. Do you have anything else to say on the game?
So,
not really.
Let's just let them finish.
I just felt like, wow, what a fast game.
It was ridiculous. I saw the strategy Blue was going for. I just didn't think it was going to pay off that well. But they ended up with, I think it was 4 10s getting rolled after they got that settlement down, and 3 of those 10s were after they got the city down.
No, just
they
1.
got a total of 7 stone and wheat from that placement in that.
I know he's commentating and he's doing some other things, like running the game as
which is
admin, but
ridiculous because that allowed them to get 2 extra cities.
No, I don't have 2 extra
combine
cities.
that with the sheep port.
Didn't
the
use the
fact
sheep port.
7 9s got rolled.
Blocked
So
a lot.
not only did
The 9
you
was
end up with
blocked
5
a ton.
10s, you ended up with 7 9s.
I just like facts,
which
you know what I mean?
They were
Come
also,
on.
which is another number they're banking on, and 4 11s. 2s, which has the same. I mean, 2 3s. Sorry,
Yeah.
only 2 3s, which has the same probability as an 11, but 11 got rolled double the amount of times. So, although Blue's strategy was a sound strategy, luck definitely played a factor in how quickly they won. That basically all the numbers they got banked on got rolled consistently and got rolled a lot.
Look at the 6. I don't have 6. He did not roll
so they had a sound strategy, but they also got really lucky that game.
So,
I think if the number rolls had been a little bit less favourable, they still definitely could have won, but it would have been a little bit more of a struggle than it was. Well, it wasn't really a struggle at all. Yeah, I definitely think this is a good example of a game where luck played a fairly deciding factor in at least how quick the victory was.
That's fair. Fast.
Anyway.
Decisive, I
anything
guess.
else to add?
So, anyway, that's the game. I think I don't normally like to play this strategy, especially given the situation, though, where I can't really, once these 2 players place here, I don't see much else to do. I actually am not sure I've played a game quite like that, where I have 3 spots, 3 things that I'm just taking out of the game. This 8 by going on the endpoint, these 9s by going on both endpoints, and this 9 by going on the endpoint. It's not that I picked these 2 spots just because the spots. I know for sure that I wanted good wood and good brick, and that's the 2 best spots for them. But I do want wheat. Like, I could have gone here instead of here. But then if I go here, I leave this open for orange, and he has good development cards and good wood. And I just was thinking, I can't let him get this. I was thinking about orange second placement when I blocked the sheep. I didn't want him to get any sheep. The only sheep was this sheep, which was terrible in terms of road building. And then with orange, I didn't want him to get roads, so I had to take both these spots. And I left him this or this, but these are not that good. And I saw his early road not going to the port, and so I thought, okay, that's. I knew I would get here first. I thought maybe I'd have a little bit of a head start, and that would be just enough. And what he did with his cards and stuff, buying development cards too much, which is what he did because he has low ore and good these resources. I think that helped me win, and I only made a few trades. I thought I might have to trade a few more bricks away, which would have been a little difficult in terms of I don't want to give them roads. I think it's more valuable for them to get roads than it is for me to get my 1 wheat when I can trade in stuff. But I was able to kind of do it before that early trade, before anybody was realizing I was a threat. And then later on, he traded the 2 wood for 1 ore when I had it in hand. That was a mistake, but tempting. That's why I like that I start with 1 and then offer 2. I don't just go for the 2 for 1 because it seems a little desperate, and I think they pick up on, oh wow, we're going to build something. Like, that's what I do, at least. Someone's immediately offering 2 or 3 for 1. I'm like, what's the catch? So it's good, and yet plus you can get 1 for 1 a lot, so it's not worth doing. I think there's little things that added up. I think I only made 1 mistake, which was that sheep, trading in all those sheeps, which wasn't a huge mistake, but it was also, my sheep was blocked, and I could have maybe had by the next turn a couple sheeps to convert to something else, and that would have helped me. I like to look back and see the things that I did wrong, because in the moment you think you're doing really good and maybe you win by a lot, but you realize what could have gone wrong or what you could have done better, and I think that's how you get better at this game. So anyway, thanks for watching. That was a really cool game, and looking forward to the next round.